Welcome back. It's been a while since I did one of these. I think it's been like a week, which is a long time for me. But anyway, I'm gonna go over kind of like what I'm going through right now, like the struggles I'm going through right now in my head that I think, shit, I need to figure this out, but I can't because I'm just a bit lost on how to navigate it. So 6 months ago, I was in a really lonely place. It wasn't bad. I enjoyed life, but at the same time, it just wasn't very bountiful or people around me. Like there wasn't many. There was my flatmate. I could call my mum. I could call my friends, but at the time I had no real tangible ones to go out with or spend time with. And honestly, all I was doing was content, law, and volleyball, and that was all I cared about. And because of that, I'm a way better volleyball player. I've got good grades in law, and I've got way more followers now than I did in December. So yes, it does work if you just have no distractions, no friends, no nothing. Yeah, you will do better, but you'll have no friends. So the point of the video is today is the kind of metamorphosis I've went through in the past few months, which it's so weird to be complaining about, and I feel like a dick for complaining about it, but I am so spread thin. I am spread thin. Currently I work online, which takes up all of my time. It can be from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. or it could be from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. depending on how much work there is to be done and how much I want to get ahead of my work. So it can be flexible, but it can also take up a large portion of my time. I also work part-time in a warehouse, just to make ends meet. And then I have made a lot of new friends with a lot of wonderful people that I've been able to make through volleyball. I'm getting invited out to parties, I'm getting invited to volleyball sessions, to potlucks, to birthday parties, and I love the fact that I'm getting invited to them, and I want to go to every single one of them, and that's what's tearing me apart, because I know that during my lonely period, when I had no friends, when I had no one to speak to, no one to talk to, I was just focused on my craft, what I wanted to do, how to actually make it so I was moving forward. And now, because I'm so spread thin with work, with my other job, with volleyball training, I feel as if I can either go out and have fun, or I can stay in, do my content, do the things I want to do, or not want to do, but have to do in order to push the needle forward and do the things that have to be done. And for me, coming from a background of like not being appreciated before and like kind of just hating who I was and the fact that I didn't think I could have any friends for being me, people have seen that I'm not as bad as I think, and now it's gotten to a point where I have so many options to go. I could go to the movies with these people, I could go out for a potluck with these people, I could play volleyball with these people, and I'm getting all these invites. Now, if they're watching this, keep inviting me, please. Well, not please, but keep inviting me. I'm not saying that you shouldn't invite me, but my point is that I am afraid of the kind of path I'm going down. Like, I get 2 videos out a day, I get a podcast out a week. I don't have an email list because I don't have anything to sell. I also don't really want to sell anything. All I want to do is get my word out there, get the advice that I wish I had back when I was fat and lonely and hated myself out to the people today. That's what I want to do. And I feel like if I am taking the easy route, if I'm going out and having fun, because this has been ingrained into my head that it's not good to have fun, then I feel like I'm failing at my kind of mission. And it's like, if I'm sat there going to the movies, will I come out of there and think, damn, I really should have done X, Y, Z instead of going to the movies? I really hope it doesn't get to that point, and it never has. But the path I'm going down now is very, very confusing to me. And I want to do well in content, I want to do well in friendships, I want to do well in volleyball, but there's only 24 hours in a day. There's only 24 hours in a day. I still speak to my friends from Ireland, but it's hard to because they're far away. I go out with my friends now. I have my work with one of my best mates. And then there's kind of no time left for me, and it's suffocating the life out of me. And let me know in the comments if this is an issue for you as well. But something I've learned over the past few weeks is that yes, I have fun, yes, I have really good friends, but I also need to be a friend to myself and be able to say no. There's so much power in the ability to say no to things. It's less about you saying no to the thing, but it's about saying no to yourself. Because I want to go. I want to go hang out. I want to build relationships. But if I have work to do, then it's like I have to say no. But it's a good thing, because if I didn't have the work to do, I would have no direction. But I have direction. I have a thing where I want to go towards. But then it's kind of like a fork, where you have party and you have go out, party, and then you have work. You really want to party, you really want to go out and have good relationships, and this could just be going out to dinner or other movies. But then you could also make 3 new pieces of content, edit them, make them really good. One of them could go viral, change your life. But it's the uncertainty of that method that is so hard to take, and it's hard to get into your brain, and the perception of time that you have. Like, I'm going to turn 21 in a month. By the time I turn 21, I feel as if I haven't achieved anything. Achievements are very weird to me, because as soon as I get something done, it just disappears. That's it. Never happened. It's just some kind of story I had before, and now I'm fine again, and I just move on with life. Like, that's how achievements work to me. It's also very unhealthy, but that's just the way it is. So for the way work is that I'll do the work, I will put out a reel, it does shit, okay, I move on. If it does really well, okay, I move on. Like, I've got reels that I've got 50k views, 40k views, and yes, I got a shit ton of followers from them. But ever since then, I just haven't really cared. I just put reels out, but say what I'm saying. If one goes viral, fair enough. If it doesn't, it doesn't. You know what I mean? But the question is, can we, because I know some people struggle with this as well, because it's very hard to choosingly be lonely, choosingly leave yourself out of the group. And for me, being an only child who had bad relationships when he was younger, except for like a few people who he really cared about, bad relationships when he was younger, who felt left out, who felt like he didn't have a voice, to choosingly be lonely is extremely difficult for me, because I like it when I don't have to make the choice. In September, November, December, and October, because I missed a month, there was no, let's do this. It was just work. Now I have all these amazing friends, and now I have a decision to make. And it's so difficult. And it's not even a decision to make where like it's 100% yes or 100% no, but it's the mental strain of, damn, I could play volleyball tomorrow 2 to 4, but then I have to get a reel out, or I have to record this podcast, or I have to script a video, or I have to do the other work, or I have a warehouse job. Now the work and the warehouse job, those are set things. Those are things that I have to do, and I'll work around them, sure. But when I feel like I could use my time better to push myself forward, I feel guilty as well. That's a whole other thing, guilt. You're invited out, people are inviting you out to go for food, to play volleyball, and you say, no, I've got this, people are just gonna stop inviting you. And that's what I don't want. And it all stems from the idea that I have to constantly be giving value to people, constantly be saying, look, this is what I can give you, I can make you laugh, I can give you good insights. And that also stems from me not feeling good enough before. So I don't feel as if I can take a huge hiatus from being social without completely destroying my, like, not street cred, but like, I've built these great relationships, but I don't want them to all fall because I have to lock in and do what I have to do, because that's just not the life I want to live. So one thing that keeps ringing in my head is that if you want the outcome but not the work, you're going to be very disappointed. And I understand that greatness takes sacrifice, it takes loneliness, months of loneliness, saying no, like Chris Bumstead, saying no to people when they had to go out for dinner. Just leave him, he's not going to go anyway, or don't even bother inviting him, he's not going to go. That's terrifying. Especially with all the small steps I've taken to get to this point, a point where I'm accepted. Just for me to go, no, I need to lock in. I need to be alone. I need to segregate myself. And it's really difficult. And it kind of feels like I'm choking all the time. When I'm in the moment, I love it. But when I get out of it and I'm alone again, I think, oh, I could have done shit. Well, not I could have done, but I have so much to do now. But I'm fine working late nights. I work 8 to 10 p.m. sometimes, and that's okay, because I know that it's gonna help. It's gonna, push the needle forward. I don't care about how, I sleep 7 hours a night. I eat well, I train, but I also work a lot. So, my output for myself could be vastly increased if I cut out the noise. But it's like turning off music and listening to the silence. The music is your friends, you love the music, you love listening to the music, the atmosphere it brings, and then you put it on mute and you're stuck with your own thoughts, and you're stuck with the fact that you could fail the amount of stuff you're doing. You could crumble under the pressure, you could collapse. Especially when you've segregated yourself from normal people. Fuck, not normal people, but people who enjoy their life, have regular relationships, whereas I feel as if I'm always trying to put my best foot forward, and it's very tiring. I am now more authentically myself than I ever have been, but I do not want to kind of shove the I need to grind to my friends, because they've been there for me, they've been there for all, most of my ups and downs. My new friends as well have helped me out a lot. They're great crack, which is why I'm guilt-ridden. And there's so much pressure, and there's so many things going on in my head that I just can't handle it. And I don't know how to, or I'm getting through how to fix it. I've got a really weird pain there. Getting through how to fix it, how to balance my life out. And I'm going to pretend that the camera is a person, that you are going through the exact same thing I am, because let's face it, if you watch this far, you probably are. So go ahead and subscribe. I'm going to talk a lot more about these kind of things later. But if I were to give you advice on what to do, on why you're so divided, look at your screen time. Look at your screen time, look at how much time you're actually spending on your phone without, if it's not work, you shouldn't be on your phone. That is a big time waster. Don't go on TikTok first thing in the morning. That's also a big time saver. But the actual advice, figure out what you want, find out your why, what you're trying to solve for, and then every ounce of spare time you have that you can sit down and do focused work, you work on that, and you just, you do not care about how tired you are, how fried your brain is. If your brain's fried, do some mundane shit that still pushes it forward that you have to do, maybe you're filling out something manually. If you feel fresh, in the morning from 6 to 10, if you feel fresh, go ahead and batter out all the creative work you have to do, or speaking to people from 8 to 10, calls and stuff. Or if you're screenwriting or doing something creative like copywriting and shit, do that at your peak hours, sit down and get it done. That way, if you're actually dialed in and do the work you're meant to do in a timely fashion, efficiently, you will have time for those friends. But most likely, 2 days a week, 4 hours maximum. No, but that's not really true. Depends on how much work you really have to do, how much you're grinding for it, and how much is like what you actually need. For me, it's quite high. It's high amount of work I have to do for editing if I want to do a really good video or thinking about videos to do. My notes app is full of random ideas. If you went into my notes app, you'd think I was an absolute maniac because it's just a load of random words on a note thinking, this is, okay, so we'll talk about this, do this, do this, do this. And that's just like, that's inspiration. Like you need to take that down. If you're a copywriter, take whatever you have down, like the idea you have, and just go for it, because you'll think that and then you'll just leave it. The content's never been easier, especially with ChatGPT, and then you're just your own mind, and then it can flash right for you. Or just like even the ideas from ChatGPT. I don't use it because I don't use it for scripting, because it literally is the most mundane shit ever, and you'll know if I use a script because it'll have a hyphen. So I don't use scripts from ChatGPT. But efficient work and believing that the work you're doing is paramount or extremely important to your success, so that you're not getting imposter syndrome, or rather it can battle your imposter syndrome. Because for me doing these videos, who am I? You know what I mean? Who am I talking to a camera? You know what I mean? Like, I have a story to tell, yes, but like, who am I to talk to you, like talk to a camera about these kind of issues? And that's the thoughts that go through my head. And that's why it's hard for me to choose the lonely path, because if I don't believe in myself to actually succeed, then it just seems like I'm throwing myself to the cats and dogs for nothing. So you need to believe in your mission and your passions. So that's my rant over. Actually, I think I got a lot out of that. And if you did as well, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. If you just like the way I talk, if you like my mannerisms, let me know, because I'm trying to also work on storytelling. But yeah, I love doing this. This is actually, like, I love just talking to the camera and just talking and trying to help someone out. And if, like, I really hope it has, if it's giving you some kind of clarity, or at least you know that someone else is going through this as well, then yeah, I'm very happy. And I hope you have a great day. So subscribe, all that. Links should be in bio for my other pages. But yeah, you'll get through this. It's gonna suck. It will suck, but that's okay, because anything that's worth anything is gonna fucking suck to get, because it takes a lot of work, and work sucks. There we go. That's the quote. Someone clip it or something, because I'm not going back to look at this. I'm just going to upload it, so yeah.